All right, we are back for session 3.
All right.
We left off with Arngrim and Elias camping out in the northernmost end of Neverwinter Forest, ready
Yes.
to make way for the town of Neverwinter itself come morning.
Excellent.
So, as the sun starts to rise, you will stir awake. Birds are chirping, squirrels are running around. There's a nice dew on everything. Everything seems peaceful, but Elias is nowhere to be found.
hmm Okay. So I look around the immediate camp and he's not there, right?
He's
So.
not there. His pack is still there. His bedroll's still there. The only thing that is missing is himself.
hmm
Um,
So let's write a belief about this. Um, I will find Elias and bring him back safe, I suppose. Um,
Perfect. Sounds good.
all right. So I wanna track him. There's got to be tracks around here.
Yeah, there
Uh,
absolutely are tracks.
I want to find which direction he went, and I want to see if there are other tracks of other people or creatures around him. So,
Perfect.
um,
Perfect. Let me pull up the
so
tracking entry so I can get a
mhm,
good ob for it.
yep. So let's see, tracking. Page 304.
Perfect.
No,
One second.
306. 306. No, 305. 305. There we go.
All right, I've got 3 page numbers now.
Ha! No, 305. It's all right. So op one is identifying common animals by tracks. Determining op two is determining. No, actually, fresh tracks on soft earth is op one. Identifying common animals by tracks is op two. Determining number of creatures from tracks on soft earth is op two. Following fresh tracks on hard earth op three. Yeah,
Yep.
so it's
Uh,
like an op three or something.
we definitely have soft earth,
Okay.
so we know that. So it really depends on exactly what you want to do with this track, like what your intent is.
Well, I want to do both things. I want to check if he's alone or if there are other creatures with him, and if there are other creatures, is it an animal? Is it another man? Is it or if there are simply no other tracks around him, and I want to follow him. So it's probably like an op three, right? Or
It sounds to me like it's an obtuse. We have soft earth. We don't have
okay,
any rain, so uh, identifying the tracks is the ob one, and then determining the number of creatures slash men is going to be ob two.
okay,
And
okay.
then, so yeah, ob two will do it for you.
All right. So I have tracking at B2, but I'm going to fork in my forest wise. So that gives me 3 dice right there. And let me see if I can fork in anything else. Um, I can fork in hunting, which I have
Yes,
two.
yes, you can.
So that's about 4 dice right there for tracking. And let me see how much persona and fate I have. I have 2 persona and enough fate. So I'll try the 4 dice, and that's going to be an op 2. So 4 dice against an op 2 is a routine test for my tracking. So, okay, what happens if I succeed? I identified how many people and how many
They're
creatures and what they are.
uh, and they're direct. Well, not what they are. I mean, you'll be able to tell creatures from men, but you wouldn't be able to tell
Exactly.
like specifics about the men. And you'll be able to follow said tracks. If
Yeah.
you fail, you will misread the tracks and find yourself lost in the woods.
Okay.
You'll follow like the wrong set of tracks.
Okay. Okay. Uh, sure. Okay. So it's 4 dice against an ob 2. So here we go. Oh man, come on.
Ooh, that's rough.
This is really bad.
That
Oh
is
well.
rough.
It's a log test.
Yep. Yep. Nice little routine for you.
Yeah.
So you pick up some tracks and you follow them for about an hour or so before it dawns on you that you have been in this spot before and you were here hunting the previous evening
Ah,
and you've been following your own tracks.
okay. Okay. So let's see. What else can I do? Uh, see, this is kind of a dead end. How do I pick up the trail again? Can I listen or something? Because I don't have any. I just have perception. I don't have observation.
No
So
observation. Let's see. How do we pick up the trail again? Because we don't want this to dead end.
no. So maybe instead of running around in circles, it just takes me longer to get there. Or maybe if there's more than one creature that's with him, maybe I miss one, and maybe that one is circling around behind me or something. You
That's
see what I'm
not bad.
saying? So yeah.
Throwing it
So I
out
do
there.
much too.
You could
Yeah.
also pick up the trail, identify the number of people,
Okay.
but you lose the
And
trail at a
miscalculate. Yeah.
you lose the trail at a river.
Okay.
Like it stops abruptly at this river. So now you have information. You know that he's not alone.
Mm-hmm.
You know there's
And
bandits
it's men
operating
with
in the area. So this gives you the general idea of what may have happened. You can see that there were signs of a struggle,
it. Okay.
but as far as following the tracks any further goes, you're not able to do that. So it would lead me to believe maybe a trip into town to gather information and change the circumstances on it.
Okay.
Maybe some people in town know about, approximately in this forest where the bandits have their camp set up,
Okay.
or what exactly it is that they're doing.
Okay. Okay.
That
That makes
that sound
sense.
good?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, you find the tracks, and when you first find him in camp, it's just his set of tracks, and you follow him for about 15 minutes, and you find yourself in a little grove-type clearing, and there you find his instrument. We'll just call it a flute.
Okay.
Laying next to a rock. The ground's very scruffed about, twigs and whatnot are broken, flowers have been trampled, and you pick up 3 new fresh sets of tracks.
Okay.
And it appears as though he's been dragged off against his will.
Okay.
And you follow those tracks for about another half hour, and they stop at the river crossing.
Okay. I'll pick up the flute just in case and carry it with me. Um. Yeah. So if at this point I'm lost, then I mean, if at this point I've lost the trail, then I suppose I'll head back then to the city, try find some help.
Are you
Maybe.
going to pack up your camp first, or are you going to leave your camp where it's at?
No, I'm gonna pack it up.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. So
Uh,
you have not only your gear, but also Elias's bedroll and tent and pack.
okay.
now as well, because he just kind of, it seems as though he went off in the woods to play his flute, practice, meditate, whatever it is he does in his solitude.
Okay.
So now your choice is you can either continue on through the forest to get to Neverwinter, or you can head back out to the road and take the road down to Neverwinter.
Well, the road will get me there faster, but it's probably easier to get ambushed on. Forest will take a while and it'll probably get me lost if I miss an orienteering roll. So I guess I'll take the road to make it as fast as I can because I need to go and come back.
Yes.
So yeah. So speed is of the essence.
All right.
Okay.
Perfect. We'll call it. Oh, let me look at my map here. Find my scale. Okay, so it looks as though you are about 30 miles from Neverwinter as it stands now.
So it's a day there, basically. So
If you hustle, we can make a test, maybe a fort test
okay.
for like an endurance type situation to cut that time down some.
Okay. Okay, that sounds good. Okay, so we'll make it an endurance test. So it'll be like a fort test, and so if I do it, I get there quicker.
We'll call it.
What happens if I? Yeah.
We'll call it. You make it in a little over a quarter of a day.
Okay.
If you hustle. If you do not make the endurance check, you will find yourself exhausted and you'll have to stop and rest on the road for a half day. You'll just burn yourself out. Like I'm imagining you like full force. You're trying to get there as quick as possible.
Okay. Okay. So okay.
30
so what's
miles.
my op? Yeah.
So let's see. 30 miles at full sprint. You don't have much armor. We're gonna start with our base of 1. We're gonna add another ob for Elias's gear as well as yours.
Okay.
And it is 30 miles. Like that is an intense run. So we'll add another one and we'll call it an op 3.
Op 3. Okay. So I have fort of 4, and I'm thinking if I can fork in soldiering, because he's used to marching.
No. Skills cannot help stats.
Ah, damn.
Only stats can help skills.
Oh man.
However,
no, actually, wait.
If you want to make a soldiering test as opposed to a straight up fort test.
No, because my fort is higher than my soldiering.
Okay.
But skills may help skills and stats, but stats may not help skills. So I think the skill can help the stat. Yeah.
So go for it.
Okay, so that'll be 5 dice. 1, 2, 3,
against
4,
an op 3.
5.
That's not bad.
An op 3, so that's gonna be like. Hang on, where's my chart? I keep losing it. There we go. So it's 5 dice against an op 3. That's actually a routine test, so it doesn't really count for the stat because stat need difficult and challenge.
Okay.
But I like it. So it's op 3, right?
Op 3.
So here we go. What is with this dice roller, man?
Ooh.
This is I don't like this dice rolling anymore.
Not having good luck with the dice.
No, so it's not giving me anything.
You make it approximately 15 miles. You get about halfway there, and you are just completely exhausted.
Okay.
Um, so you can push through it and not rest. You won't be able to like full on sprint like you have been doing. So
Okay.
it'll take you half a day to cover the rest of this 15 miles,
Okay.
but you will be at a +1 objective to everybody for the exhaustion.
Okay.
Or
And
you
how?
can stop to rest for the half of the day and get rid of the additional lob.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm gonna have to do that because if I'm all by myself and I get caught by the bandits, it's gonna be really bad if I'm too exhausted to do anything about it.
That is
So
true.
I'll keep my weapons at the ready, and my helmet and my shield and my sword, just in case the bandits show up again.
Okay.
And I'll try to hide like by the side of the road, so as not to
Okay.
be too obvious. Yeah.
All right. Well, that will be a stealthy roll.
Okay.
Um,
So
we will call it an ob 2. You are on the fringe of the forest. It shouldn't be too terribly difficult to hide.
okay.
But since this is happening before you're rested, you are still at that +1 op, so it's op 3.
Okay. So it's op 3. Okay. What I want to fork in my forest wise, and what else can I fork in here? Uh,
I
let's
could
see.
I,
Let's
I could see hunting being forked in
hunting because of
for
experience.
this particular one.
Laying low for.
Yeah, like stalking animals and
Okay.
being
Okay.
easy about it. So yeah, I could see that working for you.
Okay. So it's gonna be a 3. So that's gonna be 4 dice against an op 3. That's a difficult test for my stealthy. Yeah.
Yes.
Nice. So it's 4 dice against an op 3. Come on, it's got to be something more than
So
ones, twos, and threes in this die roller. Let's
so
see.
before you roll this, let's talk about the failure. If you
Oh,
succeed,
that's true.
you've got you a nice little hiding spot where you can relax. If you fail,
Hmm.
you have a hiding spot. It's nowhere near as good as you think it is, and you are going to have an encounter of some kind.
Okay.
Probably let's just call it bandits since that's where we're at anyways. You're gonna patrol of bandits is gonna find you.
Okay. 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 So let's see. 4 dice against op 3. Here we go. Finally, 2 successes. Not enough, but hey, 2 successes. And no
Yeah,
sixes. So
not quite enough though.
no.
So towards the end of your rest period, um, that's when this is gonna happen.
Okay.
Um, you don't you don't have observation, correct?
No.
Um, if you would like to take a beginner's luck observation to see if you can see them before they see you,
Sure.
that is acceptable.
Okay.
And that'll be like, if not, they're absolutely going to stumble on you while you're sitting on your ass.
Okay.
If you see them first, you'll be able to be on your feet for this
And ready
encounter,
my
for the beginning of this
and ready
encounter.
my weapons, I suppose. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So
So
let's
it's
try
gonna
that.
be, and this is only going to be an ob 1.
Okay.
You're at the end of your rest period, so your exhaustion
Hmm.
penalty is gone, and they're not trying to be stealthy at all. They're walking around, pretty much stomping, laughing, joking, being bored on their patrol.
Okay. So it's an op.
So
So,
it'll be ob 2 altogether with the double op penalty for it being beginner's luck.
and this observation is based off of persuasion. So I mean
Perception.
perception. So it's 4 dice, and
4
yeah,
dice for an ob 2.
that's about it. Come on, come on. Yes, got it.
All right.
So, and that
Good
logs me
stuff.
another test for my aptitude.
Yep. Get that observation trained up.
Yeah.
So, right as you're to the point where you're about to get up and leave, you start hearing voices telling crude jokes, metal clanking, scabbards against armor, whatever the case may be.
Mm-hmm.
And they sound pretty close.
Okay. So already my weapons: sword, shield, and helmet.
Sword, shield, stand up, and to this point they come around and they're like, "Who the hell are you? What are you doing in our woods?"
Okay, how many people are we talking about?
Good point. We are talking about a two-man patrol.
Two man.
With
Right.
they both wield swords and daggers,
Okay.
neither of which has their weapons drawn.
Good. Okay. So I'm thinking of rushing these people. That's what I'm thinking of doing, and
Okay.
maybe taking one down, and then intimidating the other one. Although I do have
Okay.
an instinct that goes, I intimidate before when I enter a conflict. So
Could it be that you charge the one guy and just like off him and then
mhm.
like leave my woods and that be the intimidation?
Actually, I want to. Maybe I should get him to lead me to where Elias is. So
That's that's also
I
a
could,
possibility.
yeah, so I could sort of off one guy and then take the other one prisoner is what I could do.
Okay.
Maybe intimidating him into surrender.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I can force him to take me to the bandit camp. So at least give me information about it.
Yeah. So
Okay.
then it's still going to
So,
be you're charging one guy and offing him,
hmm
and then as you're offing him, going into your intimidation to throw this other guy off balance and either be led to the camp or gather your information. Correct?
yeah.
Okay. So here's how we're going to do it. We're going to do a straight up versus test.
Okay.
You versus the first guy.
hmm
If that succeeds, he will be dead, and we'll do it as a link test, and you'll get a bonus die towards the intimidation on the second guy.
Okay. Okay. So it's a straight up sword roll,
Yes,
and
and as a matter of fact, since he doesn't have his sword out,
maybe I could get
you're
one die advantage, or
um, I mean, he's gonna have. It's not gonna give you an advantage, but he doesn't have a sword to roll. He's gonna have to roll his brawling versus your
okay.
sword,
Okay.
and he's a scrawny little
So
scout bandit. He's only got a brawling of 2.
okay, I want to use my sword, but I also want to use my brawling because I'm going to bash him with a
Yeah.
shield and then take him out.
All right. So
So,
the 1-2, perfect.
yep. So let's do that. So that's going to be my sword and my brawling. So that's going to be 6 dice. And we're talking what up again? Up 2
Ob 1.
or up 1? Up
He only
1.
got the 1 success because it's
Oh,
versus roll.
nice. Oh, that's right. It's a versus roll. So it's 6 dice versus an ob of 1. That's a routine, no matter how you slice it. So, and that's what I mean to do, slice it. So, yeah, that's a routine. It doesn't really count because I already have my routines filled up. Um, so let's see how that goes. Ouch! 1 success, man. Almost didn't make it. This dice roller doesn't like me. But
It
it works,
does.
right? Because all I got to do is beat the ob, right?
Yeah, but ties go to the defender.
Oh, damn it. Okay. So,
So at this point, you do have an option of spending a persona point for a complication. where you do still kill this guy, but there has to be some kind of complication towards your end goal. Maybe you kill this guy, and as soon as the other guy sees you burst out at this dude, he just books off through the fucking woods and just leaves his buddy hanging to die.
Okay, because we didn't really talk about the failure consequence here. We forgot to do
We
that.
didn't.
So
We did forget to do that, and I think a lot of it was so many dice against such a small ob.
we didn't even think about it. Yeah.
Yeah, didn't even
Okay.
anticipate that you could fail.
So why isn't that the failure consequence? He just runs off. One guy runs off. Maybe I'll go into fight with the other guy or something.
We could absolutely do that. You charge him as soon as the one guy sees you charging, he books ass towards the bandit camp. And
Okay.
this guy, he succeeded in his brawling, and he just kind of, you come in with your shield, and he just like front kicks your shield and throws you back a couple of feet. Doesn't actually take you off your feet, but it gives him enough time to draw his sword
Okay.
to have a full-on fight.
Okay. Now the thing is, I have an instinct that says I intimidate when I enter conflict,
Okay.
and that goes on before fight starts. So if I intimidate him, he starts the fight hesitating. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, he
Okay,
will start. You are looking for a ob of 3.
Okay.
That is his will.
Okay. So it's an
So
knob of 3.
what do you say to intimidate this guy after he just front kicks your shield and takes away your surprise attack from you?
Yeah. It's not very not very scary right now, but
Which I would normally at that point up the ob because he did just win that versus test, but because his buddy ran off and left him hanging, I feel like that kind of cancels each other out.
okay.
Where he may have felt confident after doing that to you, his buddy's gone and that confidence is lost.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll just I'll say geez, what I will say. That was a lucky shot. Peasant, you face a Viking warrior, not an ill-trained farmer. Surrender your weapons or you'll die.
All right, let's see it. If you fail, you guys are going into fight. If you win, you will
Okay.
have a prisoner.
Okay, so that's what kind of an ob?
Ob 3. Intimidates
Ob 3.
against his will.
Okay, so 3. Huh. I only have 2 dice, so this is not very good. Do I want to spend Persona on this? Is the question.
That, or you can roll it and hope for 6s and burn some of that fate.
Yeah, that sounds good. I'll try that. Okay, so it's an ob 2, we said? 3.
Ob 3.
Ob 3. So let's get some 6s. Hang on. There we go. Nope. Don't like me.
Nope, doesn't like you.
No. So we're going into fight.
Like, I have slaughtered more Vikings than you've ever met.
Okay.
And he draws his sword, and he's like, and now I'm going to add one more.
All right.
And it's time for fight for the first time.
Okay.
Oh, where's my scripting sheet?
So.
So, first off is
Engagement.
we will have to test for engage.
Okay.
You guys have the same stride, the same weapon length,
Uh-huh.
so it's going to be straight up speed versus speed.
Yep.
and he is a smaller scout type bandit, so believe it'll be a speed of 3.
Okay.
Makes sense. Then you've got a speed of what, 4, correct?
5, actually.
5.
Yep. All right. So he's got a speed of 3. I got a speed of 5. So let's see how that goes.
No, because I cleared. That's right.
Yeah, and it clears all your dice away. Yeah. So let's.
All right, he hits 2.
Okay. And I hit 1 because the dice don't like me. So
Do not like you. Although, you know what? Now that
we
I'm
don't even
thinking
need to
about
roll
it,
for that.
yeah, we don't roll because there is no positioning advantage for either one of you because you're both using the same length weapon.
Yeah. Let me check that real quick. Because engagement is just for initial positioning, right?
Yeah, that's for positioning. So, if he's got a knife, he's going to want to be up nice and close. And if you've got, a great sword, you've got that range. You want to be back a bit farther. Since you guys are both using the same length weapon, nobody has an advantage during the engagement.
Okay.
So, yeah, we go straight to scripting.
Okay.
Which, you'll have to excuse me for 1 second. I left my dry erase marker upstairs.
Sure. Sword. Position advantage. Sword and sword, so we're matched. Yeah. There's no need to test to engage if both have the same weapon. Okay. All right. So first fight ever. Let's hope I don't die because it's going to be a real short campaign. But let's see what we'll do. Let me see. So script. Block and strike. Then change things.
All right.
Yep.
All right, I am scripted and ready when you are.
Yep. Give me a second here.
Yep, take your time. This is important. So let's talk intent.
Okay.
His intent is to kill you. That
Okay.
is his goal in this fight. I'm
Mhm.
assuming your intent is to still capture him for information, correct?
Yes.
It
Yes.
doesn't that doesn't preclude you from killing him if you need to.
Mm-hmm.
But I
Mm-hmm.
just want to nail down what both of our goals are in this.
Okay. Uh, Hang on. Wow. Yeah.
And you have a reflexes of 4, don't you?
Reflexes of 5, I believe.
So you get 5 actions, so you can
Yes,
take.
I
Yeah,
do.
that's
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah. And he's got what? 3 actions?
3 actions.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. So Let me see. Okay, I think I'm scripted.
All right. So for volley one, I have strike scripted,
I have block and strike.
block and strike. All right.
Yep.
So it'll be my strike first.
Yeah, against my block.
Yup.
So I get, let me see, any shield dice to the defense portion. Does your weapon have versus armor? I don't think so. It's a sword, right?
Yeah. Yeah. It's just a regular old sword. They're not too
Okay.
specially equipped.
Mm-hmm.
So it's gonna be skill versus skill.
Yes, and I gotta allocate dice. So I'm gonna do. Let me see. So I'm gonna do 3 dice to defense, and then 4 dice to attack.
All right.
All right.
He he is coming with his B3 sword skill and a fork for brawling.
Oh, I want to fork in my brawling too. That's right.
Yep. Don't forget your forks.
Yeah. Let me look it over right quick. Yeah, brawling is probably what I can use. So it's an extra dice. So let's do 4 defense and 4 attack.
Sounds good.
Yeah,
Go ahead and make sure you clear your dice.
3 and 5 more is 8. Yeah, so it's 4 and 4. Okay, so I'm clearing the dice. So you want to do your attack first?
Yep. Here comes the attack. He comes up with 2 successes.
Okay, so here comes my defense. And it's 3 successes. Yes.
All right.
So,
So yes,
so I
you
defend. He
expertly
doesn't.
block
Yeah.
that attack.
And now my strike goes against nothing because he skipped the strike, so it's an up
Yes,
1.
that is correct.
So now I roll my 4 dice against a 1, 2, 3, 4 against an ob 1. So here we go. So that's 2 successes. 1 hits the ob, and only 1 goes through. Is that correct? Is that how it works? Meaning 1 extra success that I could use to either change the hit location
Yes,
or progress the wound, but swords are add 2, so it's not going to add. So
correct.
so let me see if I want to move the hit where
Yeah.
the hit goes. Yeah.
So he is wearing just standard leather armor across
Okay.
his chest. Both his arms, legs, and head are exposed.
Okay. So you choose where you take it, right? Unless I move it.
Unless you move it, correct.
Okay. Let me check right here. Uh, because now we're gonna roll for armor, right? Okay. First, you declare where you're vulnerable. So you're vulnerable at chest and arms,
Yes.
and
Or no, arms, legs, head. Chest is the only thing that is not vulnerable.
okay. So
Which is exactly where he's going to take that wound unless you move it.
okay, it costs 1 success to move from the torso or the arms to any other location.
Yes.
So I start. You start the torso is the default setting, right? Or you declare where you're going to
Yeah,
take it, right?
and I'm absolutely going to take it in the torso.
In the torso. Okay. So with my one success, I could move it to the arm.
Okay.
Okay. So I'll do that, I suppose, and that means that that would be a B4 incidental wound, and you have
Okay.
to test the armor. Is that correct?
No, there is no armor on his arms, so there is no test for the armor.
Nice. So then he
Yeah,
takes.
all he's wearing is like a leather cuirass on his chest.
Okay. Okay.
So, and a V4 is a light wound for him.
Mm-hmm.
So that sucks.
Mm-hmm.
So that means he is down a die on his attacks.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. And he has to test steel for being wounded.
Yeah, I was gonna check when exactly do you take steel. Anytime you're
Steel,
wounded. Yeah.
yeah, when you're wounded or surprised, you test steel. Although I am not sure of the ob
Let's check it, man. That's
on the
what
steel test.
we're testing.
So
That's why we're
yeah.
learning this. Okay, so steel tests is page wow, 360. Pain. Whenever a character is badly injured, he must make a steel. When to take a steel test is discarded in the injury and recovery section, so it's not there. So it's
Okay.
so it's in anatomy, I suppose. Steel and pain, page 489. Anytime a character suffers a 1D penalty or greater injury. So is
Yes.
light a 1D penalty?
Yes.
Yeah, it
Light
is.
is superficial is up an ob. 3 superficials equal a light.
Mm-hmm. So what's the odd, though?
Okay.
Okay, the
I
severity of the wound is subtracted from the steel test before the test is made.
okay. So it's
So,
one
so you
from
have
his
a,
steel.
so you take one away from a steel.
Yes. And then it's gotta beat his hesitation. I think is how that works.
Yep. Let me check real quick. See if it tells here. Seeing a ghost. Blah blah blah. Nope.
I am looking as well.
Yeah, I think it's just a regular steel test, but he's got the 1D penalty. Is all that means. So if
Yeah, but I
yeah.
think to succeed the steel test, he has to. The objective is his hesitation.
Yes, which is 10 minus his will, if I remember correctly.
Yes, so he needs to beat a 7 with
Yep.
his, and he's not going to beat that because he only
That's too bad.
has,
Too bad for him. Yeah.
yeah. So where he is absolutely hesitating
hmm So you roll
for,
and you see how many actions he loses to hesitation. That's the way that goes, right?
I believe it's just his. Oh
Or,
yeah,
or
yeah.
if
I
he
do. I do
misses,
still
he hesitates for the entire.
Yes. So he
No.
no he has 4. So he rolls his 4 and successes. So he's
Subtract
hesitating for the next 3 volleys. So the
three
remainder of
for the
this,
next 3 actions, but he only has
yeah,
3 actions in this exchange, right?
yeah. Well, and we just did action number 1, so he's out for volley 2 and volley 3 of this exchange, and the first
Yeah.
volley of next exchange.
Ouch! Not good. Yeah.
Yeah,
Ooh, sucks
not
to be
good.
him.
He's just,
Yeah.
and he is going to
Exactly. What type of
stand and
hesitation?
drool. He's
Stand and
going to
drool.
stand and drool. He can't
Okay.
believe that he has been hit.
Okay. So my second action is actually a disarm. So
And that's disarm against hesitation as an op 1.
hang on.
I believe it is.
Oh yeah, wait, I have a printed out.
Yeah, I've got mine printed out here too.
So it's
So
disarm against.
stand and drool is a standard skill test, objective one.
All right. So oh, there it is. Stand and drool. Yeah. Standard skill test up one. So that's another. I have 5, and plus 1 from brawling is 6. So 6 dice against an ob 1, and 6 dice against an ob 1. Hang on just a second. I
Yep.
realize I didn't log any tests, so I just got to keep track. Oh, okay, but my sword only needs difficults or.
Yes, and in a fight,
Yeah.
you only log one test for your sword throughout the entirety of
Exactly.
the fight.
Exactly, but if I needed a routine, I would have gotten it. So,
Yeah.
because this is as routine as it gets. So, and then again, I say that, but it's me rolling the dice, and this dice roller doesn't like me. So, let's see. So, boom, there we go.
All right.
I guess his
So
weapon hits the floor. Yeah,
yep, successfully disarmed, and he's still standing and drooling.
yeah. All right. So at this point, uh,
At this point, you could disengage from fight and attempt to subdue him. Like he's still got 2 actions of standing and drooling.
yeah. So how do we handle that? Versus
At this
test?
point,
Yeah.
I think it's
Or
just say
just say
yes.
yes. Sounds.
Like
Yeah.
he's standing there drooling. He's not moving. He's hesitating, and he no longer has a weapon in his hand.
Yep.
Like yeah, you can absolutely capture him.
Okay. Okay. Excellent. First fight ever.
Yeah, first
Yes.
fight, and you won it. Good job.
Nice. I was
Yeah,
scared because
legit.
everybody says this is so deadly that I was like, man.
Well, and it can be deadly, but eventually, and when I first started playing Burning Wheel, I introduced to a buddy of mine that used to GM a lot of our games, and we just threw down some numbers and played up 4 or 5 mock fight scenarios. And
Yeah.
after both people take a wound or two, like if it doesn't end right after that first wound, nobody can hit anybody because losing all the dice, there's just not much you can do.
Yeah.
Like it's hard to die in a fight from what
Yeah.
I've gathered so
At
far.
some, yeah, I get the same
Right.
feeling because everything ends. Somebody will hesitate at
Yeah.
some point. So it all depends if the other guy really wants to kill you.
Yeah, and that's what it depends on. Is
Yeah.
you end up hesitating how merciful the next guy is going to be.
Yeah.
And that also depends on how much wounds he has.
Yeah.
And whether he can even hit that ob one. Like that ob one, while you're hesitating, could still be hard to hit if you've only got the one die.
Yes. Yes. Okay.
So yeah, fight is concluded. You have yourself a prisoner. Now, are you tying him up? Well, what are you doing with him? I want to get this nailed down before he comes to his senses.
Yeah. Yeah, it's probably good idea to at least tie his arms and maybe knock him down and tie his arms because I don't want him scrambling off. And he's already lost his sword, so maybe I'll kick it aside and make sure I'm standing over him with. I sheath my sword, I suppose, because otherwise I can't tie him down. So
Yeah.
I put away my weapons and sling the shield on my back and sheath the sword and tie him down. And then
Okay. Now, are you just like tying his arms behind him back and leaving him sitting, or are you tying him up around a tree?
no, right now I want him. Yeah, sure. We probably should tie him to a tree. That sounds fine. I
Yeah,
want to ask him a
that's
few
probably a good
questions.
idea.
Right? Yeah. So
So yeah, you've got him tied around the tree. He is bleeding. He's
Yeah.
got quite a nasty gash along his arm.
yeah.
Sandy blonde hair. He doesn't look to be more than 20 or 21, like he's a young kid.
Okay. So so I'll try to interrogate him. Is
Okay. Let's look up rules for interrogation right quick.
yeah. Hmm. There's no real. Wait. I'm looking at traits. uh, interrogation. Here we go. Oh man,
What
another
page?
skill I don't have. Yeah.
What page?
It's 278.
Okay, so at this point you can do the interrogation,
Yep.
or you could try another intimidation with the intent of intimidating him into giving you the information you want. Depends on whether you want to try to open up interrogation, get the test for it, or if you just want the information right now.
Yeah, I'll try the intimidation. Yeah, I think
Okay.
that's the quickest way to go about it. And I just need. Okay, if I succeed, he tells me how many bandits are in his band, um, where the camp is roughly. I mean, maybe with some landmarks like across the stream or on the other side of the ravine or something like that, so I can get a good idea of where the camp is, um, how many bandits there are, and where is Elias being kept. That's what I want
Okay.
to know. Okay. So,
Perfect. Sounds good to me.
and if I fail, then what happens? He
If you
misleads me
fail,
about.
is
Uh,
he's just gonna straight laugh in your face and tell you that he's loyal to his brethren and that he would rather die than give you information.
okay. Okay. That sounds good. Okay.
So, he has a will of 3, which is what you're versing, but he does have that 1d wound, so your objective is 2.
Okay. Uh, my objective is 2. Mm, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to slap him in the face and fork in my brawling is what I'm going to do.
Okay,
How about that? Yeah.
I like that.
So, so we're going to do, that's going to be then 3 dice versus an op 2. Is that correct?
That that is correct.
Excellent. So that means that even if I fail this roll, my intimidation is going to ding, man.
Is it going up finally?
Yes, finally.
Nice.
One skill improved. So let's
Nice.
see. 3 dice versus an op 2. Let's go. Come on. Ah, just one.
Just the one.
Get it. Yeah.
So he does. He tells you that you're gonna have to kill him. That he will not give you the information. And he
Hmm.
spits in your face.
Yeah. So,
Well, now you have 3 options. You can kill him,
hmm
you can release him, or you can leave him tied up to the tree and just walk away.
yeah. So, so I'll say, I admire your courage and your loyalty, kid. So, actually, I shouldn't be calling him kid. He's older than me. So, I'll say I admire your courage and your loyalty to your band, but you have my friend, and I will get him back sooner or later. And I'll cut his ropes with my knife, and and I'll just tell him, uh, go back to your band, take care of that wound, and I'll just run in the opposite direction.
And he sits down and says, "I'm not leading you back to my camp. That's the information you wanted anyways. I will stay right here."
That's fine by me, and I'll take off.
Okay.
Um,
So you're just straight leaving?
yeah, because his friends are on their way.
They could
The
be,
other guy's bringing reinforcements, so
but
yeah.
good roll tracking because you do have a new trail to pick up. The let it ride no longer applies. Circumstances changed. His buddy took off on a direct route to the camp.
You're right. You're right. So that's probably
And that was what I was thinking when the failure consequence for your intimidation was he says you had to kill him. That way that wouldn't be a dead end. There was that
there's
other
still
set
a
of tracks.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Then you know what? I won't cut him loose. I'll just tell him I admire your courage and your loyalty, and I'll leave him there. That's it.
Okay.
Your friends will probably
Cool.
be here soon. So I want to track the other guy and see if I can catch up to him before he reaches the bandit camp. So it's probably a speed test.
You'll have to use tracking to pick up the trail,
Oh, that's
and
true.
then it'll be a speed test.
Okay. So it's like a link test.
Um, I don't think so. I don't think you knowing where the trail is going to help you move quicker. Like it's not going to change your running speed.
That's true. But
It's going to give you you're going to know the direction in which you want to run, but it doesn't actually improve your speed at all. As a matter of fact, I think it's just it'll be tracking and then we'll versus speed test.
tracking
Your
versus
speed
speed
versus their
test.
speed.
Yeah.
Well, no, it'll be tracking to pick up the trail, and then if you get the trail picked up, it'll be your speed versus their speed to decide who makes it where first.
Okay. Or maybe because I think, well, yeah, I understand what you're saying. The speed test is not necessarily, it's not going to make me run faster if I know where I'm going. Um, so sure. So
I-
it's like a link
I
test,
think-
right? Yeah.
I think the bigger question, well, no, because the link test, if you succeed in the previous test, if you succeed, you get bonus die. If you fail, the objective goes up. That's the mechanic behind the link test. Is you're
Yes.
doing one test to help you on this future test.
Okay.
I think the real question that you need to be asking yourself is, are you possibly going to run into this party that he went to go get?
Yes.
Is he gonna? I feel like you're playing a gamble right now that they're not going to take the same way back, when it's fairly discernible that he's taking the most direct route back to camp because he wants to get his buddy help as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
So, and if that's the case, I think a stealthy test to follow the tracks would
It's
be
more
better than
appropriate.
speed
Yes.
to try to avoid these guys. If you don't worry about avoiding these guys, like cool, you can speed test your way in there, but then you're looking at another conflict before you even get to the camp.
Yes. Yes. No,
Quite possibly.
I was thinking of catching up to the guy who ran away, but
Mm.
he's probably already
Oh,
there or
okay.
something.
Well,
You know,
no,
before
not
he gets-
necessarily,
yeah,
because
yeah.
yeah, I mean that fight didn't even last a whole engagement.
Yeah.
It was pretty much you on the first. Like he swung at you, you knocked it away, you cut his arm, and you're like, "Look, bitch, tell me what I need to know." And he's like, "Fuck you," and then you're like, "Oh, hey, here's a trail." So I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, speed versus speed after you pick up the guy's trail would absolutely be appropriate if you're trying to like catch up to him before he gets to camp.
Okay. So,
So let's roll the tracking. It is ob 1
okay.
because you're not looking for any additional people. You're just trying to follow the trail on soft ground.
Okay. So I'll Up one. So I'll do my tracking and I'll fork in my forest wise. And what else? Maybe I should. Can I fork in hunting for that? Or
Yes, absolutely.
yeah. So let's do that.
And this is the way we'll do the hunting fork with tracking.
Huh?
Anytime that you're in an environment that you would hunt in,
Mm-hmm.
I'll allow the hunting fork.
Excellent.
Like if you're tracking a guy in a city, I'm not going to let the hunting
Yeah, that
come
wouldn't
into
make
play
any
for it.
sense. That wouldn't make any
No, but
sense.
being out in the woods and whatnot, hunting absolutely makes sense, to fork into tracking.
Okay. So yeah. So then it's going to be my tracking plus two forks. That's four dice versus a one. That's a routine test. But I got it logged already, so I'm cool with that. So let's see. And there we go. Yes.
All
So
right.
so
Now it's your speed versus his speed.
okay. Okay.
And we had already determined that their speeds were 3.
Yeah. So I want to link in. I want to fork in my forest wise again because I'm rolling. I'm running over forest terrain,
Okay.
and yeah, I don't suppose the hunting could be.
I don't see it working for the speed test,
So
though.
we already forked it in, so it's like.
Yeah.
But forest wise helps because
Yeah.
forest wise I know how to move in the forest.
Yes.
So,
That makes perfect sense.
yeah. Okay, so his speed of 3, and my speed is 5, plus my fork is 6 dice.
Perfect. And you were looking for at least 3 successes, because ties go to the defender.
That's true. Okay, so let's see. Now, if I succeed, I catch up to him.
If you
And
fail, he's going to make it to the camp and alert and let everybody know what's going on.
okay, okay, okay. So I'll have to try a different tack at that point. Okay. So I'm looking for 3 successes, and it's 6 dice. Here we go. And there they are.
Good job.
Yes.
So, and in the vein of things like Let It Ride, like you catch up to him, you tackle him, whatever, put him on the ground, like he's yours. We
Okay.
don't need, unless circumstances change, we don't need like a bloody versus or anything like that. Like your intent was to catch up with him and
Have to.
stop him from going
Yeah.
to the camp. You have done that.
So, okay. Maybe I run up to him and since I know my way around the woods, I can move faster than he does in this dense woods,
Cut him off.
actually. And then I sort of jump at him from behind a tree or something and cut him off.
Perfect.
So I tackle him to the ground and everything. Okay.
So you got him on the ground, and he's get the fuck off me, and he's struggling against you.
So I'll try to tie him up also.
Okay.
So I want to interrogate this guy again.
Okay.
This is a new guy.
Yep, this is the new guy. So this is
because I
a
still
new
need-
intimidation roll.
I still need all that information. So.
However, this guy isn't wounded, so
That's true.
the objective is 3. You have to face his full will.
But I dinged the last time, so now my intimidation is higher. So.
Oh, look at that!
Yes. So. So his will is what, 3?
Will is 3.
Will
That
is
is your
3.
objective.
So now, let me see. His will is 3. So I'm going to do the same thing. Intimidation with a brawling fork because I'm going to slap him.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to be 4 dice against the will of 3.
Can we change the slap to a punch?
Okay.
I don't feel like slap is brawling
Okay.
as
Yeah.
much
So,
as it is,
okay. Okay.
not brawling.
That's true. Okay. Yeah, I'm just roughing him up. Is what I meant to say.
Perfect. Perfect.
So. So it's 4 dice against an up 3. Wow, that's pretty steep actually.
That is pretty steep. This will be a difficult.
This is a difficult, and it's gonna count again for my intimidation. Yeah, so it's gonna be a difficult. I like this thing where you ding up immediately and you immediately start logging the test for the next thing. It doesn't even
Yep.
stop. Yeah. So let's see how this goes. Ooh, 2 successes and a 6. So I'm gonna blow that up because
Yeah,
I need
I'd absolutely blow it up because
I,
you only need one more.
I need one more, correct?
Yeah, you need three because it's not a versus test, so the ties don't
So
matter.
just meeting the ob. So let's blow it up with one more. Uh, let me spend that fate before I forget. And I'm spending that fate on my intimidation.
Hmm.
So that's 2 fate on intimidation. And did I record this correctly? Yes, I did. So here we go. One more. Oh no, not cool. Okay,
Not
close
enough.
enough.
So yeah, he straight tells you you're gonna have to kill me too. Like,
Ah,
you
man, these
killed my
guys are.
buddy. I know he didn't give you any information. I'm not gonna give you any information. Fuck off.
Man, so I just tie him up and I say more to myself than to him. It's like, where do these bandits recruit, man? They're so loyal. And so it's time for a new approach, I suppose. Um,
So what are you doing with him? Are you leaving
I,
him tied to a tree as well, or are you gonna kill him?
I'll leave him tied to a tree.
Okay. So at this point, you no longer have a trail to the bandit camp
No.
because you stopped him before he could get there.
No, all I have is a general direction.
Yeah, you do have a general direction of travel.
Hmm.
So at this end, um, yeah, so you can either continue in the same direction he was previously going on and hope that that brings you there, or you can make orienteering roll to find your way back down to the city. Because at this point, you're pretty deep in the woods.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm not going to be able to take these guys by myself because rescue by myself is going to be really dangerous. Um, I'm probably going to need reinforcements. Um, so maybe I need to make my way to the city and maybe try to get someone to help me. I don't know who is going to help me because I have no money, but it's not like I can hire any mercenaries or something.
No,
Um,
but if these bandits are as big of a problem as
ooh,
you believe they're to be,
I could get the town guards to help me.
yeah, there might be a bounty out on them.
Yeah.
Maybe the town would help supply you or something of that nature.
So you know what? I'm gonna take this guys and I'm gonna march him off to town. Is what I'm gonna do.
Take him as a
I'm
prisoner?
gonna take him prisoner and march them both back to town. Maybe tie them together and
Hmm.
lead them to the.
Now,
Yeah.
this is a critical question. When you say lead them, are you tying them together and you're like pulling on the rope, or are you tying them together and staying behind them?
I would favor doing that. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, and I take away their weapons and I just they're just regular poor quality swords, right?
Uh,
So
yeah. Two run-of-the-mill swords and two poor quality daggers.
okay. And are their armors any good?
They're both just wearing the leather cuirass piece on their chest.
So it's like the Gambison, same thing I'm wearing.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's poor quality, or is it run of the mill, or what?
It's poor.
It's poor. Okay, so it's the same thing I'm wearing.
Poor.
Okay, so it's not worth stealing from these guys. So, do they have any money?
You know what? Let's do a die fate roll. We'll see if these bandits were carrying money on them on their
All
patrol.
right. I
If it
read up
comes
on
up,
Die of Fate. I read up on Die of Fate, and actually, it's supposed to come up a 1.
is it a 1 and not a 6?
It's a 1.
Oh, okay. Well,
I don't know why.
Either way, the percentage of success is the same.
It's exactly the same, but
Yeah.
you know.
So if it comes up a 1, they will both have 1 cash die on their person.
Okay.
So you'll be able to
Total,
come up
yeah.
on two.
Oh, one each. Wow, that'd be nice. So here we go. Die of Fate. Come on, wait. There we go. Nah, five. No good.
Nope, not there.
they're
They're broke. Or they just didn't bring their money on patrol with them,
Sure, that makes
and
sense. They
it's
left
back
it
at
at
camp.
camp. Yep.
Yeah.
So I'll march them into town. That's what I'll do.
Okay. So by the time all of this is said and done, between your dead sprint to town and your recovery and these encounters in the woods, by the time you get there, the sun is set. It is dark, and
Mhm.
you come to the gate of the town, and it is closed up for the evening.
Ouch. Yeah.
Doesn't mean there, there's not guards or whatnot.
Yeah. I'll knock on the door.
Who goes there? Our town is closed for the evening.
I am a traveler from Luskan. I have been beset on the road and by bandits. I managed to capture them, and I bring them to you.
How did a lone warrior manage to capture two of these bandits that have been plaguing our roads for months?
Because I am no mere plain warrior. I am a Northman. I am the strong warrior, fully blooded on the field.
That's
Because I
okay.
boast.
And yep. You hear him yell, "Open the gates!" And
Yeah.
the gates, they start to creak open, and two guards are there waiting to take custody of your prisoners.
Okay. So, so I tell him I would speak with your watch captain, and uh, I have an idea of where the bandits' hideout may lie, although I did not get to fully enter their camp.
Okay, well, right this way. We will get these guys tossed in a cell, set our interrogators on them while you speak with the watch captain.
Thank you.
So, and the guards barracks and the offices, they're not but, I don't know, 15 minutes into town.
Hmm.
It's not too bad of a hike, especially after the day that you had.
Yeah.
And you get there, and Watch Captain Tully greets you as you come in. He tells you how you've done this great service by capturing these bandits. They've been trying to capture some for months, so they might learn their base of operations. Then now they have that opportunity.
Okay. So I
And he
explained.
asks if he might be able to give you a reward for this great service you have done them.
I would truly appreciate it, as my funds are fully depleted. And I
Well,
explained what happened, and I'll explain about Elias, that they have kidnapped my friend from the Bard College in Luskan.
kidnapping, you say? That is something new. They've been content to just rob people and go about their business.
So,
But now their plans are apparently getting more nefarious by the day.
mhm.
And he tells you that he can offer you the bounty for each head,
Excellent.
and that it's one alive or one dead and two alive. So you get a total of 4 cash die for bringing these guys in.
Nice. Nice. Let me put this.
And he tosses you a pouch of coins, since we haven't really established a currency and what a cash die is.
That's fine. Pieces of
But
silver
whatever.
or whatever. Yep.
Yeah, bag of coins.
Yeah, I was reading someplace that, or listening to a podcast or something, that they were talking about abstracted wealth resources, and
Mhm.
they said the biggest pitfall is to forget that they're coins, because it's kind of hard to grasp. But I mean, it really
Yeah.
isn't. It's just a bag of coins. It's a bag of
Yeah.
silver coins.
So Watch Captain says that there is quite a nice inn, not just a couple blocks down, that you should probably get yourself some rest. That he's
Yes.
already sent a runner to have a room set up for you. That the room's on the town for the evening,
All right.
and to get some rest while they interrogate the guys, and everybody can meet back in the morning and see what kind of information has been gained.
Excellent. So I'll thank him and head off to the inn.
And this particular inn's name is the Dirty Mare.
All right.
And they have reserved quite a nice room for you. It's not the penthouse suite, but
It'll do.
It's much rather than that common bunk bed shack you stayed in last time. It's
Yes.
a private room, nice fluffy bed, got
Excellent.
your own bathtub, some food's brought up to you, like they're taking care of you.
Nice. Nice. I like it. So let me see what else. Any more bookkeeping here? No, I think we're okay. Hang on a second. So now it's 3, 2, or 1. 3, 2, or 1 to advance my next. 3, 2, or 1. And I already scored a difficult test on that
Yes.
intimidation roll.
Yes.
Excellent.
Now, and after reading Intimidation,
Yep.
um, it's not quite the way it's supposed to work, but it made sense to do it that way. The actual skill description is
Mm-hmm.
that Intimidation is used as an action in Duel of Wits,
Yeah.
and outside of Duel of Wits, Intimidation is used to make people hesitate before combat.
Which is what I
And
did. Yeah.
those are the uses. It's not really supposed to be used for gaining information, but it made sense.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's just a use that we're going to use Intimidation for.
Okay. So
Just to clarify for anybody that may end up watching.
that's true. Have we had any watchers other than Pete?
No, not tonight. I know we had a viewer or two last week during our slower game,
Nice.
or last Thursday, but not on yet tonight. Although I didn't advertise this one at all,
That's cool.
just because with Mother's Day weekend and everything, I got distracted and didn't even put it up.
That's okay.
But quite a few people are following it, and the views are coming in, so I know people are watching it. It's just watching it live isn't quite happening, but that's
Nah,
okay. As long as
that's
people are watching it and enjoying it and learning, like that's why we're recording it and putting it out.
and it's always going to be there, man. We can review this later and learn from it, and I think it's
Yep.
awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, and it is a nice little thing for even like our own personal keeping. If we happen to forget to log tests or something, we can always go back and watch the video.
Exactly. Exactly.
So
Okay.
that's definitely nice. So we will call it a night, and you wake up in the morning unless you have something more that you'd like to do other than just turn in for the night.
No, that's pretty much it. Actually, it's now.
Perfect. You wake up to the tavern wench knocking on your door,
Mm-hmm.
informing you that there's breakfast downstairs.
Okay. So I'll go for breakfast, and then as soon as that's done, I'll ready my gear, and actually I'll probably keep the room and leave Elias's gear in here, so
Okay.
as not to lug it around. Because that's
Sounds good.
probably
Oh,
yeah.
sounds good. This
Yeah.
will go towards your end of the month lifestyle roll.
Yeah.
They only offered to pay for the room for you for the one night. And
That's
this is
fine.
a bit swankier room than you're used to, so that's something to keep in mind.
Okay.
So perfect, yeah. You make your way back to the watch captain's office. You get to actually, take in a little bit of the city on the way over there this time, and it's pretty nice. Nice little ritzy place over here in Neverwinter. The architecture is really reminiscent of like old Catholic churches.
Mhm.
That nice angular slopes and whatnot
Mhm.
with the spires and everything, and that's pretty common throughout the entire city so far that you've seen.
Yes.
Early morning, it's not too busy in the streets, but there are still quite a few people that are getting up and about and moving around their day.
Mhm.
And you make it to the watch captain. And he says, I don't think I ever got your name last time you were here.
My name is Arngrim Rafnarsson. I'm a
It's a
traveler from
pleasure
the
to meet
north.
you.
You too.
I forget what I said my name
Tully,
was.
Tully, Captain Tully. I
Tully, that's
jotted it
right.
down.
That's
Yeah.
right. Watch Captain Tully. I get so much on my mind sometimes I forget my own head.
Yeah.
But he's like, you'll be pleased to know that we now have actionable intel on the bandit camp, and I know that you have a friend that has been taken against his will. So if you would like to plan with us and partake in this raid of their camp, you are more than welcome to.
I certainly would. So
And so
I'll
he goes over all the information. Turns out you weren't but a half a mile away from their camp when you turned back to go to the town.
excellent, excellent.
That bandit had almost made it there as it was. There are roughly 30 bandits at any given time within the camp,
Wow.
along with roaming patrols throughout it. Um, they don't have any permanent buildings, but they have constructed a makeshift perimeter wall.
Wow. So it's
And
a full scale
yeah,
assault.
it's a full on camp.
Okay.
And they do have a prisoner cage as well.
Okay, I see. Okay.
So he asks if you have any ideas on how to go about liberating the people and ridding the bandits of the area.
Mm. Yeah, I suppose we'll need a large number of guards, and we'll have to. Um, I don't know if we're gonna get past that fence, other than. Um, Gee, I don't know.
Well,
um,
we do have a alchemist in town that
hmm,
makes some pretty decent explosives,
okay.
but he tends to not want to part with them. If you could convince him to give
All
us
right.
some, that powder would go a long way towards helping us with our goal.
Yeah, because breaching the wall is going to be like the main obstacle to getting to the bandit force. Okay, and carrying siege
Yes.
engines is out of the question because this is deep in the woods. So, all right.
Yeah,
So I'll
deep in
go
the
see the
woods. So
alchemist. Yeah.
yeah, he says the way he envisions the plan is if you can get the gunpowder,
Hmm.
they can blow a hole and rush it while you come in from the backside and climb the fence
That sounds excellent.
to release the prisoners while the bandits are distracted.
That sounds good.
So he gives you the alchemist's address, tells you that his name is Conrad,
All
and
right.
sends you about your way as he starts preparing the troops.
Okay. So, so I'll head over there. Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, you get there and it's not the smallest place in the world, but it's definitely not very roomy. You can tell from the outside, like it's just I don't know, probably 60 square feet altogether. So it's not a tiny little jail cell shack, but definitely doesn't look to be the biggest room or building.
Okay. So let me ask you this. I've been reading up on beliefs and stuff, and are they as fluid as maybe I should change it right now and put the Save Elias belief on a back burner, and then make a belief right now that I will procure the explosives, or is that too many beliefs for one session? Because I have one persona left. That's all I have, and I
Yeah,
need to make sure I complete at least one goal because
yeah, they should be changing.
with the
I feel like
circumstances.
getting the gunpowder is just pursuing the belief to save Elias, though.
Okay, okay. So we'll leave
You know,
it.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yeah. But
I'm
yeah,
just
belief
thinking
should
ahead.
absolutely be changing, and especially as new circumstances present themselves. But considering like getting that gunpowder is already a part of the plan to get him out of there, like
Okay,
yeah.
yeah. I'm just concerned about the amount of persona that I'm gonna wind up with at the end
Yeah.
of the session. You know?
Yeah. We'll get to it. I think you're gonna get it. You're gonna get at least a couple of persona. You had some pretty big things going, and you've
Okay.
got quite a bit of fate coming as well, still too. So
Excellent.
I think we're gonna be good on the Art Awards by the
Okay.
time all this is said and done, provided you get him out alive.
That's true.
Even if you don't, even if he dies, like the belief is still completed.
That's
It's
true.
just failed. Like
Okay.
that belief closes out, and I think you should still get the persona point for doing that. Like
Yeah.
you
We're
took it as
doing your
far as it
best.
go.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Doing your best persona. You
Well,
tried, A for effort.
hey.
All right. So you were at the alchemist's hut.
All right. So,
Big sign out front that says Conrad's Alchemy. Not that you can read
all
that,
right.
but that's what the sign says.
No, but it was described to me, so it's like a picture on top of,
Yeah.
I don't know, stars
Yeah.
or sparks or
And that,
something going on.
there's definitely a picture of like herbs and flasks underneath Conrad's Alchemy because a lot of people can't read and write, and
That's
and you know the shop owners know this.
Yeah. All right. So I'll walk right in. Enter the shop,
Perfect.
and is there anyone else there, or is he just alone in the
No,
shop?
it's just Conrad. There are herbs and all kinds of shit hanging from the walls. There's shelves just stacked with cauldrons and flasks and everything. The place is real cluttered, and you see Conrad bent over a pot, stirring it, and he is old as fuck. Like he is decrepit old.
Okay.
Long white haired, long beard, skinny as hell. Like he looks like he's on his way out the door as it is.
Okay. So I walk up to him and I say, "Good morrow to you, Conrad the Alchemist. My name is
He
Arngrim
says, "What? You need to
Ragnarsson."
speak up. My hearing's not the best."
So I say it again, really loud. Good morrow to
Perfect.
you, Conrad. I am Arngrim Ragnarsson. I have been sent by Captain Tully of the City Guard to procure explosives for an important mission.
Always after my explosives, that Tully. And why is it that I should say yes to you when I've said no to him so many times in the past?
Because our need is dire. We seek to overrun the bandit outpost that has laid siege to the north. Um, we seek to liberate the prisoners they have taken, including my good friend Elias, best of all the bards in the north, because I boast.
And, alright, so you've been reading up on Duel of Wits, correct?
Sure.
Alright, at this point, he tells you that the explosives are too powerful for anybody to have for fear that they'll fall into the wrong hands. And if you want to go further with it, it will be a Duel of Wits.
All right, let's do it. Let's do
Oh,
it.
and I dropped a bunch of stuff, but okay. Where's my Duel of Wits page?
Did you get those on the sleeves, on the plastic sleeves?
Yeah, I got them all plastic sleeves on my binder. They're
Yeah.
nice. I've got my Duel of Wits, my ranging cover, all of it.
Yeah,
It's pretty nice.
the whole pack is in the download section, and I got it laminated and
Yep.
a dry erase marker, and that works
Yep.
great.
They're
Yep.
perfect.
Yeah.
So, to begin with, we both read our statement of purpose. His statement of purpose is the explosives are too powerful. I can't allow anyone to have them.
Okay, so my statement will be I will procure enough explosives um, to accomplish the mission, and I will get him to provide precise instructions as to their use.
Yes.
Let me see, should I get anything else? Obtain instructions.
So now
Actually, does he have? Wait. Does he have an apprentice or something?
he does not.
Oh, okay. Because I wanted to get him to send an apprentice with us to handle the actual explosives. Um,
No, he does not. So now that we have our statement of purposes written down, we
okay.
now have to come up with our body of argument points, which starting body of argument equals your will exponent plus your skill successes. So whatever skill you're rolling for your statement of purpose to begin with
Uh-huh.
is how we get
Uh-huh.
to that. He's an
Okay.
older man. Will is 4, and he will be using Ugly Truth at a 3.
Okay.
They're too powerful. Nobody can have them.
Okay, so I'll try to use my persuasion, but I have a trait that's called, hang on, stubborn. Gives me +2 dice to body of argument in dual wits that contravenes your belief.
And this absolutely
So,
does.
yep.
If you don't get this,
So
that hinders you. Good
that
news, he only got 1 success, so his body of argument starts at 5.
so let's see how many do I get. I got 1 success, so my BOA is 7.
Okay.
All right. So let me take a look right here. Just a second to check one thing.
Yep, take your time.
So it's 4. Okay. So we script next. Let me see.
Yes, alright, so now we do script.
Yep, hang on. All right. I don't know if this is the smartest script in the world, but I'm going to go with it. My first deal of wits, too, so
Alright, I am
this is
scripted as well, so what is our volley 1 actions? I'm going with a point right out the bat.
me, too. So
Okay,
makes 2 of us.
you may point first.
All right. So I'll say these explosives of yours will be handled by the City Watch. Um, they will be used for the betterment of this community, and the bandits are heavily guarded. So anything we can use to lower their defenses, um, uh, we are in dire need, and we need that. So that's my point.
And his point is I can't just be giving out my explosives willy-nilly. Anybody, that gets their hands on these that shouldn't have it can cause massive untold damages, and I wish I would have never even made these.
Okay.
So it is a point versus a point,
And that
which is
goes standard
apparently standard. So we're both just rolling to do damage for
Yep.
that.
Hang on. What's the standard point? Here we go.
Um,
Main attack, hammer away. Standard test, subtract your point successes from your opponent's body of argument.
yes.
So just roll, and whatever
Yeah,
whatever
you
comes
just
up.
roll in
Okay.
successes, take it down.
All
This is
right.
as close to traditional tabletop games as you get with hit points and attacks.
Yeah. That it is.
So he
So
used his ugly truth on that. He's getting 3,
yeah.
and
So
he knocks off 2.
I'm using persuasion, and I only get 2. Uh, and I get 1. So he knocks me down 2, right?
He knocks you down 2. You knock him down 1.
So I'm at 5, and he's what, 4?
Yes,
All right.
that is correct. So volley 2. I've scripted an insight.
I have point.
You have point.
So point
So,
versus insight.
is standard tests all around.
All right. Okay.
So, what is
So
your second point?
let me see. Um, you are not giving your explosives away willy-nilly. You are giving them to the city watch. This is the government of this village, and uh, it will be handled by people who are qualified to handle this type of situation, and all that is left will be returned to you after its use.
Okay. So, my insight.
Mm-hmm.
The City Watch are fools, and if you believe that they can handle my explosives with any care whatsoever, then you are a fool too, sir.
All right. So wait. He does a standard test against my will.
Yes.
If the inciting player passes a standard test, the victim must make a steal test. Ooh. All right. Well, so just let me roll my point because my point is
Yep. Yep.
just a straight
Roll your
persuasion.
point.
So I got one success. So I knock him down to 3, right?
That is correct.
Okay. So now he rolls against my will, which is a 4. Let me see if I have anything else
Which
like.
is a 4. He is going to burn his only persona point.
All right.
So he is rolling 4 against your 4. He also has 1 fate at his disposal.
All right.
So let's see what happens.
Oh
He only
man,
gets
that
2. He does
dice
not
roller
get it.
loves you. He does not get it. Is he gonna burn
Right?
his fate?
Oh! He can burn his fate. That is right. So
Yeah.
here comes the last one. Oh!
Oh
And
no! So you roll it again.
yep, roll it again. All right, here comes the last one. If this is success, he gets this insight.
No man, come on.
Oh!
Yes,
So
yes,
close.
yes.
So
But he misses
close.
by 1. So I think it was very important
Yeah.
that you blew those up because
Yes,
now.
because the margin of failure is added as advantage dice to the opponent's next test. So now
Yes.
you get an extra dice because I failed that by 1.
Excellent, excellent.
So definitely glad he burned those up.
All
So
right.
volley number 3. I have scripted a dismiss.
Me too. Dismiss versus dismiss. So it's a
It's
standard
standard.
test. All right. So I will use my intimidation, and I will say to him. I'll say to him, "Listen to me, you old fool. Um, I've had enough of of your reticence. We will take those explosives and we will use it for the good of this community, whether you want to or not. So hand them over and stop being a coward." Or something like that.
All right. And he's like, I've already shown that you're a fool. I've already told you how powerful these are. I am done speaking on the matter. Get out of my shop.
All right. So it's just this is just a standard. Isn't it?
Just standard. Whatever,
Uh,
whatever successes you roll, come off
but
my
but
body of argument.
but hang on. Let me read this through because there's a special thing here.
There is.
Scripting and dismiss adds +2 to the character's skill.
Yes.
In a standard test, subtract each success roll from your opponent's body of argument. Okay, that's it.
Yeah.
So it's
But
+2.
but special. If a
Uh-huh.
character fails to win the duel via his dismiss action, he
He
must
has
hesitate for his next volley.
excellent. Well, good news is I have 6 dice for this roll. 3 for my intimidation, 1 for the advantage that you gave me with the failed insight,
Mm-hmm.
and 2 for the
That is
special
correct.
thing.
He will be rolling 5 dice.
All right. So let's see how this goes.
And he picked up 4 successes.
Ouch, not cool. Oh man, the dice hate me. So I only got 2. So I think he knocks me down. How many successes? 4 successes?
4.
So wait, we're tied. I'm at 1
1 and
BOA,
1.
and he's at 1. So it
He's
goes
at 1, and
one more round.
yeah, and since we both hesitate for volley 1, we just script volleys 2 and 3.
Yeah.
Okay, I am ready when you are.
Hang on. Hang on. Just checking my options. Oh man, this is really tough. Mm, oh hell. Um, where's my marker? Wait. In all this excitement, I lost my marker. I'll just write it down. So, all right. So I'm scripted. So we're just doing
All right,
volleys 2 and 3, right?
volleys 2 and 3. I have scripted
All
an
right.
avoid for my first volley.
I have a dismiss.
Ooh,
Ooh,
okay, so
this is standard.
it
Let
is a
me see if
standard.
let me see what happens if I script against an avoid.
Yeah, I'm vulnerable. You've scripted a dismiss against my
No,
avoid.
it's a
I'm
standard.
vulnerable. Yeah, it's standard for you, and I don't get a roll.
Ooh, nice. So, so it's +2 to my dice, and I'm using intimidate again, so it's 5 dice.
Yep.
So I'll say it again. I said, stop your hesitation. You will do your civic duty, and you will give those explosives to us, so we can rescue those people and put an end to this bandit menace. So it's my intimidation again, +2. It's 5 dice. So come on, come on, come on. 1
Go.
success. He's
Yeah, that's
down
all
to
you
0.
need.
Yes.
Nice. All right,
almost,
so
almost didn't
you
make
have
it,
won
but
that. You have won that, but it is with a major concession.
yes. So now we need to negotiate that.
Now we need to negotiate that. So he says, "Fine. I'm sick of this argument. I will give you the explosives that you need. However, it must be you and only you that handles them.
Wow.
I do
Okay.
not trust anyone else."
All right. Uh, uh, yes. I guess that sounds reasonable. If he explains to me how to use them.
Yes, and he will. He's pretty much like, set this down wherever you want it to go, boom,
Mm-hmm.
and catch fire to this, and get the hell away.
All right. Okay. Okay. So I'll do that. I like it.
So he
Yes. 2
gives
subsystems
you
in one
a
day.
little 10-pound powder keg type deal. I don't know, yayish big.
Yeah.
It's like a little pony keg.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he gives you, and then he just goes back to doing his work.
Excellent.
Ready to go. Now, because it is already 11 o'clock, I
Mm-hmm.
want to try to wrap up this bandit camp in only a couple of tests.
Okay.
So I'm thinking fire starting to set the keg,
Okay.
a climb check for you to go over the fence after you light it,
Mm-hmm.
and then a stealthy to get to the prisoners.
All right. All
That's
right.
what I'm envisioning. If you have other ideas based around the skills that you have, if you want to try something else, that's fine. But because it is, late as it is, I want to get this wrapped up within this session. I don't want to like leave it hanging after all of this build up.
Yeah.
But I
And then
also don't want to be here for another 45 minutes.
true. And then we need to do Arta, so it'll be
Yeah,
no it'll be nice if we can get there.
yeah.
So wow, I don't have fire building.
I thought you did have fire
Uh,
building.
no, I think I did in the first version that I did, but when I shuffled the points around, it
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So so is this going to be like a link test or
No, it's just there. It's just
just a
separate. I'm
separate
just
test?
kind of outlining the tests that we're gonna need
Okay.
to get everything happening. I suppose we could skip the fire starting test, and you could
Yeah.
have one of the town's guards start a fire for you,
Okay.
and we can just say yes to you picking up a stick and lighting it,
Yeah.
and then
So,
so here's what we'll do. They'll start the fire for you.
hmm.
You will light the fuse. You will make a speed test to get away from the explosive
That sounds
before it
fun.
goes off.
Okay. And if I don't,
With the if you don't, there's going to be some injuries.
all right.
Definitely going to
Ouch.
be some injuries, and I feel like that's going to be a graduated or well, something like a graduated test. Your margin of failure is going to determine how much of an injury you sustain.
Ouch.
Because the
Okay.
farther you get away from it, the less the injury is going to be. And if you succeed, you completely get away from it.
Okay.
And then from there, we'll move into a climb check to get over the wall or some other way inside that you see, since you're not going in with the actual people unless you want to try to go in with like an inconspicuous or something as you run into the battle with everybody
Yeah.
and just try to go unnoticed in the fray.
Yeah.
However you want to do that, like I said, I just want to try to wrap it up in as few
Okay.
tests as possible.
Okay. So sure. So we'll get there. We'll do as you say. The guards light the fire. We approach the bandit camp. Um, I go set the explosives, and then I make a run for it. I suppose. Uh,
Okay.
I'd like to fork in my forest-wise, because again, we're moving in forest terrain, so I feel
Yes.
that'll help me move.
Yes.
Okay, so
So
what's my up here?
we are gonna go with an Ob 3. It's not a big explosive, but it's big enough to do some damage.
Ouch.
So you
Okay.
need 3 successes to completely clear it, and for each margin of failure, it's gonna
Uh-huh.
start superficial, light, midi.
Wow. Okay.
For each one you fail, the wound that you take is gonna increase.
Okay. So it's the ob is 3 again. Okay.
Ob is 3
Yeah. So it's speed
on a
5.
speed test.
Yeah. +1 is going to be 6 dice. 6 dice against 3.
Yeah, that's about 50-50. You could burn that last persona point, unless you
No.
want to save that for a complication or
I'll
a will to live.
save it for will to live. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Come on. 3 successes. Come on. Yes. Yes.
Good
I'll tell,
job.
I'll tell you something that Burning Wheel does real good. It puts you in stress whenever you roll the dice, and if you
Yes.
make it, it's like you won the
Yeah.
lottery, man. It's like yeah.
Yeah. Pretty much any successful test you make in Burning Wheel feels like rolling a critical hit in another game.
Definitely. I mean, you don't get this feeling in any other RPG.
Nope.
It's like you won the lottery like 3 times today. It's been awesome.
Yep. All right. So you light it. and you get clear. You make it around to the backside of the fence,
All right.
and explosion hits. Bells start ringing, swords start clashing, men are screaming like it hits the fan.
All right.
So now we have to figure out how you're going to get inside.
Yeah. So I don't even have climbing. So what I'm thinking is, uh, yeah, just try maybe like yeah, I'll have to try a beginner's luck or something.
You could try
Um,
beginner's luck. You could also look for the bandits entrance.
so is there like a back entrance or something and use
Well,
that?
yeah, like there's got to be some kind of gate in this fence where the bandits get in and out from.
Okay.
And
Uh,
considering that they're all off fighting their own thing, I'm pretty sure that gate would be wide open for you to walk through.
yeah.
If you want to,
Maybe we could climb it. I mean, I'm thinking if I climb it, um,
and you do have a rope in your traveling gear that would grant you a
yeah,
bonus die to the climbing.
yeah. I'm trying to think of the complications though. If I make it, maybe with one roll I just make it inside and I can go get Elias. And if I fail, maybe one of the bandits notices me, and then we go to a bloody versus or something.
Uh, we can do that. That sounds good.
Yeah, because
Like yeah, either way, you
if
make
I
it you,
fail,
you
I
make
still
it over
climb
the fence.
exactly, but I get
Yeah, you
noticed.
still make it over, but there's shit on the other side because you chose to climb over the wrong spot.
And when I beginner's luck something, I don't get forks. I can't fork anything
Do
into
not get
beginner's luck.
forks,
Okay.
but you can use your rope for the bonus die
Oh, good, good. Okay.
because traveling kit absolutely comes with rope.
Yes.
So let me pull up climbing and check out some objectives.
Yeah. So climbing is
Make sure we
page
get this right.
264. 264.
Oh, so close.
Yeah. Oh, I gotta tell you this. I order a new uh, gold book. I order a new one. I
Yeah,
had my own, but the one that I have is first printing, and it's signed by Luke and everything because I
nice,
got it like, on the day they sold it. So yeah, so I order a new one to beat it up.
nice. Yeah,
And this is
mine.
the third printing,
I should be able to get mine on Friday. I'll have my replacement, so I
and
should have it for next Monday's game.
and this third printing has
So
like
that'll be
almost
nice.
almost no errata. I mean, it's almost they messed up like two things, and you look it up in the wiki, and you correct it like in 2 minutes. It's very very
Nice.
few pieces of errata because it's the third printing, so they picked everything up and then they redid it. Um, so let's see.
Okay,
Easy
so
climb.
I've got it pulled up, and it looks like climbing a tree or a fence is an easy climb at an objective of 1, which gives you an objective of 2 with your double obstacle penalty, and it's rooted
Uh
in
huh.
speed.
Okay, so if it's rooted in speed, it's rooted in speed actually. Wow.
Yeah.
So my aptitude is 5. It's a climbing.
Yep. So you got 5 dice for an objective 2.
Nice. And it's a routine test, so that means it does count for my
Yep.
aptitude.
Will count towards opening it.
Yep. So 5 dice versus a 2. Let's see. And here we go. Oh man! Persona! I mean, fate on it.
Yeah. Yeah. I was gonna say I would face that.
Ooh, what happens if I put fate on a skill that I'm opening up? Does that do
It's
anything?
um.
In terms of, well, it's not going to count for
I
like
mean, I suppose.
Epiphanies and Aristea and
I
that.
suppose mark it, and we'll have to check with
Okay.
the forums to see what the general consensus is on it. But mark it for now, just to be safe.
Okay. Okay. So come on,
So
come
yeah,
on,
let's explode that
one
6.
more, one more. Yes,
All
yes.
right. All right.
Nice.
So you make it over safely. So the Last test is going to be a stealthy to get to them and get them safely over the fence without being seen.
Okay.
And there are 3 prisoners in total.
All right. So wow, my stealthy's not that good.
Stealthy's not that good. Thankfully,
Can I forget my
um,
forest wise for that,
um,
or it's a
no, because you're
clearing?
like
It's a
right in the
clearing,
middle of their
right?
camp.
Yeah. Okay.
Um, it's gonna be versus their observation,
All
I
right.
suppose, as a group, which we'll call that a 3. But because they're distracted, we'll go ahead and knock that down to 2.
All right.
Is what they're gonna roll. So it'll be your stealthy versus their 2 observation, and if you fail, there's gonna be some bloody versus action going on.
All right. Wow. So my chances are not very good because I actually have a 2 in the skill. So, and
Well,
I'm not seeing anything that I
we're
can.
straight even.
All right. So it's
So
a.
here comes their observation. Ooh,
Uh-oh.
that
Not good.
hurts.
Yeah, not good. So it's a 2-on-2. That's
Which, if you get both,
the
you are the
difficult.
defender. So
That's
a
true.
tie will go to you.
All right. But let's see. Oh, nothing I can do
No.
there. So it's bloody
So
versus time,
as
I
you get
suppose. Yeah.
yes, as you get to the gate and like rip it open to let the guys out, a guard just kind of rounds the corner that was, doing something before the fight and just happens to be like heading towards the fight. He's like, "You there? Stop!"
All right.
Sword's already out, of course, for him because he was
All right.
on his way to battle as it was.
All right. So so my intent is to attack this guy so as to drive him off, so I can get the prisoners outside and leave the camp. I don't need to kill this
And
guy because there's fighting outside, so I just need
yeah,
to make
and
him just
his
run
intent
off.
is to
Yeah.
stop you from releasing the prisoners.
Okay, so if I fail, can we say that I still succeed, but I take whatever wound goes into the bloody verses? Because this is the area where bloody verses confuses me. Um, so I still get my intent, right?
Let's do a little reading right quick on Bloody Versus.
Yeah, because bloody verses is still confusing.
Yeah, just to be sure, let's make sure we know what we're doing.
All right.
And we could even do a straight up versus test if you wanted instead of going Bloody Versus.
Yeah. Yeah, bloody verses just yeah, it's about the same thing, but the bloody verses can inflict a wound on you, which is the different thing with the regular verses. So this is why I think, probably bloody verses gives you the consequence of, well, maybe you do it, but you still take a wound, right?
Yeah,
Let me
let's.
see.
I'm doing a little bit of reading right quick.
It's page 426.
Yep, I'm there.
And the results are in the next page. So one side hits. In the struggle, the loosened side is wounded.
Okay,
Describe how you test it or
so
run off your opponent.
yeah, so that's what happens. So we're gonna go ahead and do this, and if one of you hits the other, they get their intent. If both of you guys hit, we make our steel test, we apply our wounds, and we go into a second round.
All right. All right. So, okay.
So
All right. So, what weapon is he using?
he is using a longsword. Keep
So
it
it's the
simple.
same length. Yeah. Okay. He doesn't have versus armor. Do I have versus armor? I just have a regular sword. I don't think it has any VA on it.
Oh, let me
No.
see. I got it pulled up right here.
No. No. No VA.
Nope, none.
But I do have a shield and I have a gambeson.
Hmm.
Ooh,
And
shield is just a regular +1. It doesn't give you the full thing on it. Okay. So I have +2 to my defense. My defense is 2.
So, no weapon, no versus armor, so no advantages to attack. He gets a +1 for his Gambison.
Mm-hmm.
Or wait, no, because he's using leather, so he gets a +2.
All right.
Yeah, because reinforced leather light mail is +2.
Okay.
Um, you also have a general dice to go in either pool for your higher reflexes
Ooh, nice.
that you'll get. So he's
That's true.
starting
That's true. So I have
with his base skill of 3.
7.
It's all going in. So yeah, he's I'm set and good. I'm ready to roll my attack whenever you are.
Okay, hang on, hang on. So I want to fork in my brawling because I'm going to smack him with a shield too. So so let me see. That's 5 +1 for my speed +1 for my fork. Speed reflexes fork +5 is 6. Is that all I have? Wait a minute. Same weapon. And it's 2 dice here. So I have, yeah, 6, 7, 7 dice. Let me see. And he has like a 3 for basic, so, okay, so I'm going to attack with 5 and I'm going to defend with 4.
Okay, he is attacking with 2 and defending with 3. So
Nice.
here's his attack roll. 2 successes.
Damn. And I got defense 4. So, oh, wait, let me clear it. 1, 2, 3, 4. And here we go. 2 successes. So
Okay.
he doesn't hit me, right?
Uh, is that your defense roll?
Yeah. Do I need to beat your attack?
No, we're supposed to both roll attack to begin with, and then both roll defense.
No, this is my
But that's
defense.
okay.
Yeah.
That's your. Did you already roll your attack? Did I miss that?
No, no, no. No, I thought because you rolled your attack, so I figured I'll roll my defense. We'll calculate that, and then I'll roll my attack, and
Okay.
you roll your defense.
Okay. All
Is
right.
that
Yeah,
okay?
that works. So yeah, that negates both of his, so he does not hit you.
All right. So then, now I roll my attack, which is 5 dice.
Yep, and he's rolling 3 for the defense, and he
All
gets 2
right.
successes.
So I need. Oh man, 1 success.
1 success. So neither side hits, and we go again. So you
Yeah.
guys, come up, you clash, shields are banging, swords are swinging. Nobody can get around the other's armor.
See, actually, look, there's an interesting discussion here. Another round of fighting, or a fort test to outlast your opponent, or a power versus test to subdue your opponent, or a speed test versus to escape.
Okay.
Wow.
What would you
No,
like?
I'm just reading it out, sounding it out loud. Um,
Well, you had the most defense successes, so you decide what happens.
yeah, I just want to go, but because I don't really need to kill him. But if we change it to a speed test, then how do we handle that?
Yeah. We're if you change it to a speed test, yeah, that will be you leaving the prisoners behind.
No, that's not acceptable. Okay,
No.
so
So it's going to be between fort and power, or using a different skill to fight.
fort and power, or using a different skill to fight.
So you could
Uh,
use brawling and forking in your sword to do another round. or we can verse our force or power to resolve it with one roll.
Uh, I have the same in Fort and Power, so it's not gonna make much of a difference. Um, and Brawling is only a 3, so it would be up to 4 again. Um, that just makes it even more swingy. So let's try. Maybe a Fort test and see
Who runs out of steam first?
who runs out of steam first. Yeah. So, but what's the outcome here? If I
Well,
win, I take the prisoners and I leave, or maybe
if you
knock them out
lose,
or something. Yeah.
if you lose, you are going to be captured.
All right.
And next, that's where we'll leave off for this session, and we'll have to see what happens. We'll have to come up with a way to resolve whether the city guards are able to destroy the rest of these bandits and set you free, or if you're stuck locked up and have to find your own way to escape.
All right. I like it.
Because doing the fort versus fort, it's pretty much you guys are just both going to swing at each other until somebody runs out of energy.
Yeah. All right. I like it.
So
If I
he's
succeed, I
rolling.
get away with Elias and the rest of the
Yep,
prisoners. And if not, I get captured and thrown in with them.
that is correct. So he's got 3 for his fort, and here it goes. Hoo-hoo! Loving me tonight.
Okay, let's see. So it's 2-1-2. So we're tied again.
Yeah, and you are the defender in this. So you take
Wow.
that. Because he came up and challenged you in the Bloody Versus as he found you
That's
trying to
true.
let the prisoners escape. So you're the defender, you win the test.
Whew.
By the skin of your teeth.
Man, this dice roller does not like me. Wow.
Right. That was a much better session than last week's for
Oh
sure.
yeah. Oh, this was awesome.
Much more excitement.
Yeah, and all the subsystems we did.
Yeah, we busted out 2 of them.
This is awesome. Yeah, and we even did steel because we had to do steel tests. Wow.
This was a good one. So let's go ahead and do Art of Rewards and call it for the night.
Sure thing.
So, beliefs. Driving the game forward with a belief.
With a belief.
Well, you absolutely acted boldly during the first interaction with the bandits when you charged him.
Yep.
So that's a fate. You pursued your belief to get Elias home safe, but that is not completed.
Isn't it? Well.
No, that'll because you still have the opportunity to get him home safe. You're just gonna locked up with him.
Okay.
But so that's 2 fate points for beliefs.
Uh-huh.
Playing an instinct that makes life difficult. I know you played some instincts. Did they make your life difficult at any point?
Not really, because I didn't get into trouble with anybody. Yeah, I gotta look over those instincts once again and make sure, because I have the doubt. The boasting instinct, but it doesn't seem to work against me.
And I got to remember that that's instinct too, and maybe throw some NPCs that don't like boasting at you.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's on me. A trait sends the story in a new direction.
Let me see. No, some of my traits help. Impulsive. Was I impulsive? I charged the 2 guards. Smart thing to do would have been to run away, but I charged them. So.
I'll give it to you. I'll give you a fate for it.
Okay.
And
humor, not really. Right skill,
right time. There wasn't really one instance where only one skill would get you out of something that you had.
No, not really.
Let's go to persona. I don't think we hit embodiment yet. We're getting closer though. like each session the role play is getting better. So I'm expecting embodiment to come up soon.
Yeah, I think
Um,
with every session and with more mindfulness of the traits and the instincts and the I mean, I'm playing him proud and I'm playing him impulsive and I'm playing him
yeah,
boastful, so and
yeah,
bold. So it gets easier and easier because you sort of feel
yep.
how he works.
Yeah, we're getting a good feel for the character. So I'm pretty sure we're gonna get embodiment next session,
So maybe I
just
could
from
get
the
a
way that it's.
persona for workhorse because damn, I did
Yep.
some good rolls
Yeah,
today.
there was quite a bit of rolls. I'll give you Persona for Workhorse.
Yeah,
Um, that seems about it.
yeah, greater
So quite a
goals.
bit of
We have
Fate, the
the
one
goal.
Persona, decent art
Uh-huh.
of Hall. What was that? 4 Fate Persona.
It's 3 fate, one persona. That's a good haul.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, that's not too bad.
No.
And you might be able to get multiple Persona for Beliefs next session.
Okay. Okay.
Because getting Elias out is gonna. I don't know. I guess it depends on how quickly you get that done.
Uh huh. Uh huh.
But yeah, that was a good session. I'm very happy with that one.
Yeah, I think it was fun. Yeah.
For sure. Lots of big rolls.
Yeah, and it's I think that the guys in the forum are right. I mean, the harder it is, the more exhilarating it is.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah. The more
you
that's on the line, the more fun you have, for
yeah,
sure.
you roll a d20 and you're not really worried. You got like 200 hit points.
Yeah.
What's gonna happen? You're gonna take 50 in one hit. You got
Yeah.
150 left.
Whatever. You're
So
good. Yeah. This has been a really good session.
yeah, yeah,
I
I liked it
will
a lot.
continue putting stuff together for my game and get some email going back and forth between us. And I'll see you
Yes,
Thursday.
sure will. Thanks a lot.
All right, buddy. Take it easy.
You too. Bye bye.